Now, what's been your biggest song so far in your music catalog?
It's almost tied between two songs, but I'm gonna have to say Go Best Friend is probably my main one. Yeah.
Now, are there any unknown facts or stories in regards to this song that's never been publicly mentioned before? Could be in regards to creating it, recording it, or releasing it.
Okay, one thing a lot of people don't know is that I wrote this song when I was like on the clock at work. Like I was just so anxious to write it. I really went in the bathroom, wrote like probably a quarter of the song, and then I had to go back to. I was a cashier at Harris Teeter, so then I had to go back to my job. I kept going in and out the bathroom to do my thing. That's how I know. That's how I knew it was gonna be a hit because I was so anxious to do it, and I did it at work. Yeah, that's something a lot of people don't know. I really wrote that song at work.
Now, did other coworkers or your boss know that?
I had one coworker that did know that, only because the whole reason why I wrote the song is because I had a childhood friend. They dissed me, so I wanted to get my revenge, and so I was just letting him hear how it sounded, and he was rocking with it. So it was only one person.
Any other unknown facts or stories in regards to this song never been publicly mentioned before?
Mm, no, not that I think of, because I done went live about this song and talked about it. I done answered questions from fans about the song, so not from the top of my head.
And what specifically led this song to get as far as it has today? What's the secret?
I feel like because I was just so aggressive and so, like, the stuff I was saying was so relatable to, like, other people, and I feel like that's why it really went viral for real, because a lot of people can relate. A lot of people have had that one hating friend in a corner, so that's where I feel like it popped off, though, for real. And I was talking my shit, too, so.
And for clarification, do you think it was the visual, the music video, that led to its success, or the audio itself?
Definitely the audio itself, because I dropped the audio before I even made a music video. I didn't drop a music video until the audio sound was like 500K views. So yeah, it was definitely just the audio. The video really was irrelevant. I just did it to do it.
Anything else you want to mention about this song, or question you weren't asked, people want to know about it?
Just keep streaming that thing. Let's try to get to 100 mil. Right now it's at 32 mil. Let's keep those streams going.
Now, you mentioned this was a diss song.
Yeah.
And not to start anything here, but what is the status of who this song was aimed at between you two at this point?
Oh, my childhood friend. She used to be my best friend, and she made music too, but I feel like she started feeling the type of way that I was making music, and then she started to like diss me, and I caught on to it, because we wasn't talking for a little period of time, probably like a good month and a half. We wasn't talking, so for her to just drop these songs, the stuff she was saying, I would have supported it, even though we weren't talking for a little bit. I would have supported it, but if I ain't peeped what I peeped, so yeah.
They were subliminal disses.
Yes, definitely. And what stood out was, so when I first started rapping, a lot of people was comparing me to Stunner for Vegas. A lot of people was saying that I sounded like him. I had his flow and stuff like that. So she mentioned that in her song. She said something like, hoes want to rap like Stunner or something. That's the first thing I peeped. So I was like, oh, okay. Definitely throwing shots. But it's cool, though, because I got her back.
And did you try to work it out with this person before you actually created the song?
No, I tried to not assume at first, because she made a good 3 songs. So I tried not to assume at first, but on the last one, I was like, oh, nah, like, you trying it. Oh, and I'm actually missing something. She actually went on Instagram and was singing a song that she had made about me. And it had, I wear grills, so she had mentioned grills in her song. That's when I was like, okay, yeah, she trying to be funny.
And what's the status between you two at this point?
I don't know nothing like where she at or any socials. I ain't heard from her. So last conversation we had was, she was swearing up and down she ain't diss me. Girl, stop lying, stop the cap. But, still love, but I just don't fuck with you. That's all.
Now, when it comes to that job that you once held, which was during the creation.
Yeah, you talking about Go Best Friend, right?
Yes. Yeah. You mentioned the job, you were a cashier.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned the company.
Yeah.
And how long did you end up working there for?
That's a good question. I want to say I was working there for like 3 months maybe. But I had quit because my paychecks was like, the biggest check that I had working there was $80. So I had to leave. I'm slaving for nothing. I had to bounce.
$80 on the part-time side of things or full-time side of things?
Part-time. But I had a job previous to that that I was also a cashier at Walmart. But they fired me because I was taking long breaks and stuff like that. It's another story for another time. But just to see me go from having like $400, $500 checks to 80, I had a dip. For real. They was playing.
Now, when you quit, was it before the rise of this song and popularity of the song, or was the popularity and rise of it what also led to you quitting?
Ooh, that is a good question. I honestly don't know. I feel like, I think it was going up a little bit. It was doing a little something. But I simply quit off the strength of just, they was playing with my hours. So. But I think it was, because that's what made me be like, I'm going to just try to focus on the music. Let me see what the music do. So I think, yeah.
Have you ever been back to that establishment since?
No. No, not for no bread, no cookies, nothing.
Do you still communicate with the owner or coworkers you once had?
No.
At that establishment?
Mm-mm. I honestly feel like they didn't like me. Like some stuff was just shady, but I'm also an overthinker sometimes, so they probably had no problem with me. But nah.
And what was it like being a cashier?
It sucked. It fucking sucked. Especially when people come with 2 carts full of food. Like, why do you have 2 carts? Who are you feeding in your house? And then some people would come with carts full of stuff with just like milk, straight milk or just straight eggs. And I gotta keep. And one thing I really hated scanning was like water and like 12 packs, cans of sodas and stuff like that. I hated that. I hated it so much. But on the bright side, only thing I did like about it was it felt like the time was going by fast. That's it, because I was constantly moving. But that's it though. Other than that, it sucked. I'd rather clean bathrooms on the real. Okay, nah, that's a reach. That's a reach.
Now, just for clarification, you mentioned that you held 2 jobs at one point in your life, which was the cashier position.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff you just described and mentioned, was that in reference to the job you quit, or was that just in reference to being a cashier at either job?
Yeah, at either job. Either job. It was not that bad at Harris Teeter because Harris Teeter is more like ducked off than Walmart. A lot of people go in Walmart. So it was a little more lenient, but it still sucked though.